We have a major Kristaps Porzingis injury update as he had successfully went through surgery today, and we have a timeline officially revealed for how long he will be sidelined with this squad. And yes, he will be sidelined for a portion of the beginning of the season due to getting this surgery. What does that mean for the Celtics, who have two unrestricted free agents in their big man slot and possibly bringing back Neemias Queta? We'll be diving into all of that and more on this episode of Celtics Digest. I'm Bruce Velez. You guys have been absolutely killing it. You guys demolished that draft video yesterday on that Baylor Shireman video that we uploaded. Absolutely thank you guys so much. Keep hitting that like button if you do enjoy the content. It will not stop. Without further ado, let's dive into the content today. Make sure to grab a snack. And like I mentioned, KP had successful surgery today, according to the Boston Celtics. We want to look at this tweet here. We can see from the Boston Celtics that Kristaps Porzingis underwent successful surgery to repair a torn reticulum and dislocated posterior tibialis tendon. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that wrong. I am not a doctor. But Porzingis is expected to return to play basketball in 5 to 6 months, with further updates being provided as necessary. Now, 5 to 6 months. As we all know, we are in the month of June, so 5 to 6 months from now will be November to December. That would mean Kristaps Porzingis would miss about a month, possibly even a month and a half to 2 months of basketball at the start of the year due to the fact that he needs this surgery. So the Celtics will not be fully healthy and ready to go to start their quest for Banner 19. Like Tim Bontemps also said, like he mentioned, 5 to 6 months, meaning he'll be out well into the start of the season. But Kristaps Porzingis had us to tell this to us today by saying that he says, thanks for the support. Everything went smooth, and now he will take his time to heal up and get ready to go again. Threw in some emojis. Unfortunately, those did not come through the generator, but Kristaps Porzingis is excited, saying everything went good. He is going to heal up and get ready to go again. Obviously, not partaking in the Olympics. But as we all know, with Kristaps Porzingis, he was that X factor. He was that piece, that solution for the Boston Celtics in really getting Banner 18, regardless of how much he played in the playoffs. Averaged 20 points, had 7 rebounds, 2 assists on almost 2 blocks per game, averaging 51% from the field and 38% from 3. We saw Porzingis in flashes in the regular season and throughout the postseason just blossom for this Celtics squad, really setting the tone for the Celtics in the playoffs in the two series they needed to most, versus Miami and versus Dallas, where he dominated in game one, really controlling that first half and putting those opponents on those mismatches, really setting the Celtics afar and really showing how dominant that this team can truly be if Kristaps Porzingis, Jayson Tatum, and Jaylen Brown all come together and can truly dominate. Now, as we all know, without Kristaps Porzingis being here, that kind of gets us into the next part. So let me know what you guys feel on Kristaps Porzingis' injury. But that kind of gets to, what does this timeline realistically mean, due to the fact that obviously now Kristaps Porzingis is sidelined 5 to 6 months. He's going to be rehabbing, working with this team throughout the offseason, similar to we saw him, ramping back up from that injury in the playoffs. But ultimately, he is going to be sidelined for at least a month to a month and a half. So when you look at this Boston Celtics team and you look at their salary cap, who's going to really have to step up and who's going to have to be an impact player for this team in that center position with Porzingis being out? Well, obviously, number one is Al Horford, the stay-ready guy, the true veteran. He's going to seamlessly fit right back into that starting lineup and show us all that he still proves to be a starter in this league and can be at being that veteran. I expect Al Horford to similarly take over that role, similarly how he did in the playoffs and in the regular season when he stepped up for Kristaps Porzingis. And as we all know, Horford can deliver from that front. He can hit those threes, some nights 4, 5, possibly even 6. On some nights he can get 3, 4 blocks and be that defensive piece in the middle and being fantastic coming off of those screens, guarding guards, bigs, whatever he needs to do. Then when we look down the list, as we all know, guys like Luke Kornet and Xavier Tillman are unrestricted free agents. And we mentioned on a previous video, if you guys missed that, talking about how the fact that the Celtics most likely will only be able to bring one of them back due to the fact that they both are going to command some money in free agency and also both played pretty well to command that money. Now, obviously, Luke Kornet is the hometown kid, might take that discount, has some fittings in with this squad already, but with Queta being that prototype to kind of fill in already and having Queta's team option coming up this weekend and the Celtics most likely picking it up, I could see them going Xavier Tillman for the switchability. But regardless of what big they do bring back, having one of those bigs is necessary. They possibly bring back both, but it's looking like most likely one. Then obviously you have Kata. Brissett obviously declined his player option, even though in his latest vlog he said he could come back to Boston. So who knows what he'll do, but I expect him to be gone. I expect Walsh to kind of take over in that role. And then we'll see what the Celtics do in free agency. As we all know, they are a second apron team due to the fact that they are strapped to the salary cap with having Brown, Porzingis, Holiday extensions, Tatum's extension coming this offseason, Derrick White's extension also incoming this offseason. The Celtics are the only way they're going to be able to add players or add pieces is either via the draft, in which they did yesterday with selecting Baylor Shireman at pick 30, or also possibly looking at some veteran minimum guys in free agency. Some guys that would like to say, hey, Boston just won a championship last year. I think I can go out and be a little helpful piece. And if guys possibly like Sveem leave, or even just if Luke or Tillman leaves, then there's a possibility of 1 to 2 open roster spots for one of those guys to seemingly fit in. Maybe a guy like Joe Harris, maybe like a guy like Joe Ingles, possibly even a guy like Robert Covington. Those are just some names that I'm just spewing off the top of my head. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. What would you guys like to see come out of this squad with the fact that Kristaps Porzingis is out? Personally, I'm a big supporter on Neemias Queta, so I'm believing in him. I really want to see him kind of dominate and kind of get his rhythm in this, training camp and into the summer league if he possibly plays, and hopefully he can work himself into a role, especially with KP being down, because we saw with KP and Luke being down in the Western Conference road trip, Queta seemingly fit in and looked solid. So I think that if he gets some more reps, if he gets some more practice, gets some more training, gets that opportunity, I think he'll shine. I think Walsh could be a nice little addition piece as well. And let me know what you guys think. Like I mentioned, we have the channel here uploading these videos, talking about everything daily. We also have the live streams, which if you guys missed, we do weekly live streams now, breaking down certain topics. We'll have one next week. I believe next Tuesday. We'll keep you up to date on that as well. But let me know your thoughts. Obviously, Kristaps Porzingis being out is huge for the Boston Celtics. You know what I mean? Even though they were without him for most of the playoffs and they could win without him, he's still an X factor. He still is a big piece for the Celtics' success. But as you guys know, we got to get to the comment of the day. So drop down your thoughts. Drop down how you're feeling, regardless if it's on the Celtics draft pick, Kristaps Porzingis, about this team in the offseason, and you could be selected to be the comment of the day. But today's comment of the day goes out to Gary Sparhark 2698, and this was in talks of our latest video talking about Baylor Shireman in our initial reaction. And he said he had 10 picks the Celtics could have selected, and this guy, I kid you not, was at the top. I mean, was at the top of my list. Great selection. And Gary, all I gotta say is let Brad cook. You gotta trust in Brad Stevens, man. He knows what he's doing. He delivers on all ends. And Baylor Shireman is a guy who can legitimately rain threes down for this Boston Celtics squad. Seemingly, if they lose Sam Hauser or possibly have the possibility of losing him in free agency, not even this year, but next year, having the additional three-point shooting in Baylor Shireman is A-okay. As we all know, Brad Stevens said this player is most not cracking the rotation when healthy, so he'll most likely be a G League guy. Will be in a similar situation as Jordan Walsh was last year, but we get the Summer League, we get the G League, we get to hype him up, and I think he'll be a perfect fit. As someone who went to Seton Hall and watched him in the Big East multiple times, I can tell you he's a lights-out shooter, and I'm so happy that I don't have to be yelling at my TV anymore, and I can be cheering at my TV when he hits his shots. But let me know what you guys think. Like I said, we'll have a deep dive kind of going into Baylor Shireman a little bit later today, following the Celtics' second round selection, where we'll also detail that pick as well. So again, let me know what you guys think. Let me know how you guys feel. Make sure you stay up to date. If you guys want to get all the news with Boston Celtics throughout the entire offseason, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, check out the videos up at the top. You guys have been absolutely killing it. We really do appreciate all the support you guys have been bringing to us on Celtics Digest over the last couple weeks. It does not go unnoticed. But once again, I'm Bruce Velez. Thank you guys so much for really tuning into this episode here of Celtics Digest, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, have a great rest of your day, and go Boston Celtics.